4 months to the day that missing Chula Vista mother Maya Millete was last seen. Police officers were at the home she shares with her husband and children, serving a second search warrant there. Detectives have been there for hours going through the home, but they did not exactly say what they've been looking for. Fox 5's Kasia Gregorczyk has been there all day long. She spoke one-on-one with Maya's family, who drove down from Riverside to the South Bay after Fox 5 told them that police were at the home. Kasia joins us live now with what they're saying to her tonight, and she has the very latest on the investigation. Kasia.
And Phil, as we speak, there are some more boxes being carried out. So let me step out of the way here. You can see they are being loaded there into the evidence van that is parked in the Millete family driveway. We've seen that van here all afternoon. We actually already saw a few boxes come out within the last 30 minutes or so. And now here we see a few more large evidence boxes being loaded into that white van. Right next to the white van, you can see the Millete, one of the family cars. That's also been pulled out of the garage there and into the driveway. We're not sure if it's going to be taken away or if it was just pulled out to perhaps make space or whatnot. But you can see a heavy presence of people out here. Just a few officers, but as we pan over, you can see so many people here this evening, loved ones, strangers, neighbors, people that are just so invested in this case and have been really since the beginning. As we've mentioned, countless searches and rallies in honor and support of finding Maya. And as you mentioned, I spoke with her sister and brother-in-law one-on-one this evening when they arrived here to Chula Vista. They were hopeful there would be closure when they heard there were police at the residence tonight, but they are still comforted by any development in this case, even if it is a search warrant. It's just a search warrant, but it is, like you said, progress. I don't know if there was something that was more ideal for you guys that you were hoping for.
Well, we're hoping for, closure. I guess, it's been 4 months and it's been too long. But we're trying to be patient, and but then there's the frustrations and with the family and just the waiting. It's a long time, and it's heartbreaking.
Another search warrant served at the home of missing Chula Vista mom Maya May Millete. This time 4 months to the day since she was last seen on January 7th.
Kind of happy that there's a progress in the case, that they are doing whatever they can, to solve the case.
An initial search warrant was served at the home in late January, and since then, more than 20 other search warrants have been written to include cars, cell phones, call records, financial records, and social media data. Maya's husband, Larry, and their 3 children were home when police arrived Friday afternoon.
It's traumatizing for the kids, I'm guessing. They see all this activity, they don't know what's going on.
Both family cars were seen inside the garage at one point, and an evidence van is now parked in the driveway. A search canine was also brought into the home. Millete's sister and brother-in-law have been careful to never accuse her husband Larry, but they say it speaks volumes. He has not communicated with them or told them he's innocent.
I wish he could just come forward and, just tell us that he has nothing to do with my sister's disappearance. And I'm still praying, I'm hoping that, he doesn't have anything to do with, with her disappearance.
And back out here live, we just saw a number of detectives and law enforcement personnel exiting the residence. You can still see a few of them leaving here now, including the lieutenant that spoke with us earlier this evening, just giving us very, very brief details, just saying that they were indeed serving a search warrant here at the Millete family residence, but he would not elaborate on anything else. He did confirm to us that Larry and the children were home when this search warrant was served, but they would not tell us what they're looking for specifically. But we can tell you they likely found a lot of things that were important to them or this investigation, because as you just saw, a number of boxes being loaded into that white van there that's been started up and is exiting the driveway now. as it makes its way out to, we want to mention again the people that have just gathered here all throughout the afternoon and evening. I just spoke with some of the group members, and they said they would be here until they felt that the search was over, which it looks like we are watching it end right now with that van heading here out of this Chula Vista neighborhood where Maya and her husband and 3 kids have lived. And we do know that there is a search happening tomorrow. They're meeting at Pepper Point Park in National City. That starts at 7:30 tomorrow morning. That's the meeting spot, and that's kind of the next steps that this group was telling me what they're looking forward to tomorrow. So that is the very latest, a very busy day here in Chula Vista with hopefully a lot of developments that will bring us closer to finding where Maya is. We'll send it back to you, Phil.
You know, Kasha, what's interesting, I know you've been covering this since the very beginning. Back during the first search warrant there, when they took some things out of the house on January 23rd, it seemed like a lot then. Now they've come back 4 months later, and they really went after some things. It's very curious to see what they got around this time that they didn't take the first time.
Yeah, that's certainly one of the big questions on everyone's mind. Of course, the biggest being, where is Maya? What happened to her? You know, finding her is definitely the biggest priority, but everything they took out of the house, nonetheless, should hopefully be a key, or at least a step closer to finding some sort of resolution in all of this, and of course, closure for Maya's family.
And of course, we know the search warrants have been sealed since day one, so we'll see if any of those get opened up at all during this investigation. Kasha Gorchak, great job again out there today. We appreciate you and your crew. As we mentioned, today also marks 4 months since Maya was last seen. The FBI, Naval Criminal Investigative Service, or NCIS, and Cold Case Foundation are part of the search. And just this week, Chula Vista Police revealed some new information in the case. On Tuesday, they said they conducted 56 interviews with family, friends, neighbors, and witnesses, including today's search warrant. There have now been 24 served. This was the second one served at the house, the first one back on January 23rd. There have been 55 tips from the public. They also reported 2 possible sightings, one in Wisconsin and another in New Mexico. And Fox 5 will continue to monitor this story throughout the weekend. We'll share any new updates as they happen on air and on the free Fox 5 app.